Okay, so today we'll work on our last tool. Officially, today will be your last class, guys, and technically. And tomorrow we'll have one more extra session on the resume. So we'll start today itself if the time permits, and we'll continue tomorrow because Vagrant tool. So what is this tool about? So this is a tool that helps you to quickly create a environment, basically an environment. So let me get the notepad. So quickly helps us to create a environment, guys. That is what Vagrants is. Okay, but if you talk in our style, so this helps us to create a kind of a virtual machine with all required OS setup ready. Okay, so it's a kind of a VM setup only, guys. It looks somewhat similar to the VM setup only, but only thing is all your setup is ready. So why this tool is being encouraged in the DevOps? So why this tool is coming in the usage of the DevOps? So the reason is, so let's say a developer. So you need to cast the logic, guys. Then only you'll understand why the Vagrant is being used. So like Vagrant, there are a lot of applications are there which work in the similar style. So, but however, Vagrant has been dominant. So let's say there is a developer and he developed a application. Okay. So he wants to test this application on Linux platform, on Windows platform, on Mac platform. Okay. Think about a developer developed an application. He wants to check whether whatever he developed really works on Linux, Windows, and Mac. So that is what his target is. Now, in this case, what happens is, see the cases. Case number one. Do you think a developer can set up the application on the Linux blindly? Let's imagine he created, let's imagine. So it looks like this. Like, unless the developer has the OS knowledge of Linux, it is very tough job for him to set up the application on Linux platform. Do you agree? Tell me, guys. Really, even today, you check with the people who learn Java, Python. They will be very damn super good in their application development. And if you ask them, can you set up a Linux machine? They'll say no, because the application cannot operate independently. It requires underlying layer, that is your operating system. Upon the operating system, they have to get the application and host it. So definitely, end of the day, I would say that this developer needs the assistance or dependent on the admin, systems admin. Am I clear on this point? You understood what I'm trying to tell you, guys? You need to know where this is used, first of all. Correct? So dependency is there. Though you are an excellent application developer, but to set up on quickly on the Linux hosting and to check whether it's really working or not, definitely you require the help of Linux admin. Correct? Linux admin or system admins who can set up the things for you. So to overcome this problem, that is where the Vagrant is helping you. That is where the Vagrant is helping. That is the role of Vagrant. In the Vagrant, what happens is you will have already readily, or you can say ready-made available OSs which are pre-installed, guys. That's the thing, which are pre-installed, and we just call them and use it. So technically here, let's say imagine the same developer example. So if the developer is trying to use a Vagrant, he does not require the knowledge of Linux platform to how to install the Linux. Okay, how to set up the Linux. It does not require knowledge at all. He simply needs to know how to get the image from the Vagrant because it is pre-installed already. And we call the image and we just use it. Correct? So that's the use of the Vagrant. And the Vagrant is in demand. Keep in mind, Vagrant is in demand only in the development environment, guys. The reason, Vagrant is not a production grade. Keep in mind, this is not a production grade, guys. Okay, this is only helps you to quickly test the applications on a platform. That is the role of the Vagrant. Clear? Keep in mind, don't think that Vagrant is used in productions. Not at all. Even Vagrant has disclosed in the document saying that Vagrant is not for a production grade. This is only to quickly check the compatibility of the applications on different platforms. That is the use case of the Vagrant. So keeping this in mind, we'll just go ahead and Vagrant now. So in the Vagrant, we'll get some pre-installed images, which we just use it to host our applications. And those pre-installed images, we call them here boxes, guys. So those pre-installed images, we call them boxes. We don't call images here. We need to call them as boxes. That's the terminology. And this Vagrant tool is an open source. It can work on Windows, Linux, and Mac. It can work on 32 and 64-bit. And this is an official page from where you will get the Vagrant, guys. Vagrantup.com. You click on this, it will open up the page. Okay. So here you have a lot of choices. Or if you want to be so simple, just better. If you want to navigate via Google, because a lot of people navigate via Google. So just say Vagrant download. So Vagrant is from the company called HashiCorp. It's the same company which produces the Terraform. So HashiCorp released a product called Terraform, guys. Okay. And one problem with the with the HashiCorp company is whatever the product so far they developed, HashiCorp, so far they released around 6 products into the market. And most of their track record says that they will stay in the market for 4 to 5 years and they vanish. Vanish means, what is the meaning of vanish, guys? Disappear. Or you can say they lost the demand or they lost the relevance. So this is not from my mouth. You just Google it on the internet, you'll find the answers. Okay. So HashiCorp released so far 6 products and their products could not survive long in the market. So we don't know the capability of the Terraform as of now, but Terraform is on demand currently. So we are not sure whether it will stay for next 4 or 5 years. But at this point, there is a demand for this. Okay. Now, likewise, we have the Vagrant here. So Mac, Windows, Linux. So your target is to go on to the Windows and download the version appropriate. Now you tell me, guys, which version will you guys install from here? Will you use AMD? x86. Now this I cannot confirm. The reason is when you buy your purchased your laptops, guys, or desktops, if you are using AMD processor, please use AMD 64. And if you are using Intel or any other brand, go with the 686. Am I clear? Please make a note, so don't make a mistake here. So what processors you guys are using on your computer? So you should be aware of it. So based on the processor you guys are using, accordingly, this platform should be selected. So most of the guys go with 686, but before going it blindly, please check what kind of CPU you guys are using. So I'll assume it's 686. So I'll click on it and it will try to download the software. Okay, I'm not doing it because I already have the software on my computer. Vagrant. So once it is downloaded, so you know how to install it. Installation is all about next finish. Nothing great here. And once it is finished, please restart the PC, which is an optional, but I recommend you to restart. Reason? Because Vagrant to operate properly on your computer, it needs to know what kind of BIOS you guys are using. It will read some data from BIOS, and it will read whether you are using visualization option or not, enabled in the BIOS or not. And it will also read what kind of provider you are using. Provider. Now the question comes is, what is a provider here? So please write this point in your books. So Vagrant definitely tries to track what kind of BIOS and what kind of whether visualization enabled or not. And third point is provider. So what is this provider stuff? So provider stuff is nothing but it's all about the hypervisor that you are using. Which type of hypervisor are you using? Because to operate the Vagrant, first of all, you require the hypervisor. Now you tell me, guys, which type of hypervisor am I using? Which software, which company am I using? I guess we done our practice with Ansible, Chef. What kind of hypervisor did we use? Oracle VM Box, correct. Oracle VM Box we used. VM Box we used in simple words, correct? So hypervisor is nothing but I am talking about the visualization software that you are using. So basically for the Vagrant to work, first of all, visualization software should be there on your computer. Visualization should be enabled and it reads your BIOS space. And most important next point is it should be dual core processor. Today everybody is using octa-core, right? So dual core is already there, so we are not worried. So that is a prerequisite here. So at the time of installation, there are chances. Now there are chances some kind of A++ software. So why this will tell you, if you are missing any Microsoft updates, usually in the Microsoft updates, you'll get this software already installed. If it is not there on your computer, it will tell you whatever it is missing. Your duty is to make a note of that name and go on to the Google, search, download, and install. Am I clear on this? So that happens only because your system may not be under update phase. So this is a well-known problem here. So it may ask you to install some C++ or VC++. So please go ahead and download whatever it is asking you. You need to make a note of the name. 1 or 2 you'll get it. Usually, if the system is out of date, go onto the net. You'll find everything free there. You just download and install. Then come back to this Vagrant, again install. That is what you have to do. Okay, I hope you understood this. Now, I'll assume that you guys have installed the Vagrant. Now, to talk to the Vagrant, or can use Git Bash. It's up to you. So what I'll do, I'll try to use the git bash. Anything. You can make any one choice, whether you can use git bash or CMD, it's up to you. So once it is up, so it is up now. So let's type vagrant hyphen version. Again, vagrant hyphen v, I guess. I am typing wrong. Let me check the command, guys. And vagrant hyphen v, I typed correct only. Anything wrong? Maybe on my machine I did not install. I need to check. Where is the vagrant here? Okay, it's not there. I need to install. Okay. So even I have to go to the net and download it. I'm trying to install, guys, because this seems to be not there on my computer. Maybe I have removed. Download is almost done. So I'm trying to install this. You can see it just started. Welcome to the Vagrant setup. Okay, what is this? There's a problem with this install package manager. DLL required to install a complete could not place contact a person package vendor. Why? Finish. The section of our products that are currently installed. Hold on now. I want to try differently. I'm not using AMD, I'm using this only. Okay, even I'm getting some crazy error. There's a problem with Windows installer. DLL required for this to install complete. A DLL could not run. So what is this DLL? So let's see. I'm also getting some crazy error. Even I have to do the updates. Huh? So you guys try guys at your end and let me know if it works for you. So I'll apply my knowledge, what I know. What is that command? I forgot. So there is something called services. I think this one. Hmm. Okay. So that's the problem. So at your end, guys, I want somebody to install this application and let me know. Anybody is trying? Yeah. Okay. So I think you're trying. So that's good. So there is some Windows installer problem on my computer. I need to keep under update. Okay, so now let me try. So So I need to keep my machine under updates, guys. Even also I'm having the same trouble. So you guys are able to install? Confirm? So let me try AMD one and see. Okay, Sarshul says yes. So that means Sarshul's computer is up to the mark. So Mayur, is it installed on your computer? No, that work. Let me try with some older version. The same thing. Okay. So I just want to know at your end, Mayuri, is it done at your end? Somebody can somebody volunteer, guys, and share the screen so that we'll continue the class. Okay, it's taking a bit time. Hmm. So anybody is ready to share the screen, guys? I'll invite to the Google Meet so that anybody ready to share your screen so that we'll do it on your computer. Otherwise, I have to keep the mission on update. Anybody ready? No? Rashul, are you ready? Okay. Okay, Nagireddy is also ready. Ashul, I have made you the co-host in this meeting. So you can also share the screen to me. You would have an options to share the screen, and also you would have an option to unmute